It has been a long time, but class, close your eyes and listen carefully. Imagine a scenario. You are a police officer and you go on your little patrol, you eat a couple donuts, you hang out with your police cop buddies, your wife and your children are afraid that you're not coming home, and you are on patrol, and all of a sudden you get the radio signal. Oh, breaking news, we got a stabber on the loose. Be on the lookout. Description here, description there, and you are on a manhunt for somebody who is clearly insane going around stabbing people, and you have no leads. And all of a sudden, you get a phone call from somebody claiming to have been misgendered, and you think, why in the hell do I care about this? But because of rules and regulations, you have to go investigate something like this. And you investigate it, and lo and behold, the person calling you claiming to have been misgendered is the same person running around stabbing people. A trans-identified male has been charged with stabbing a Syrian national at refugee shelter and was arrested after calling the police to report he was misgendered. A trans-identified male is in custody on charges of manslaughter after it was reported that he fatally stabbed a Syrian security guard at a refugee shelter in Potsdam, Germany. The suspect, who is said to be from South Africa, was arrested after contacting the police to report a misgendering incident hours after he fled the crime scene. Details are currently limited as the story is developing, but German police have confirmed that the incident took place in the Schlossgarten Hotel. I'm sorry if I just butchered that. A building which was converted into a shelter in 2022 and houses approximately 30 asylum seekers. At approximately 4 a.m. on May 30th, a dispute broke out within the facility, culminating in a security guard being stabbed. The 33-year-old guard, who is a Syrian national, was rushed to the hospital but died of the injuries. The perpetrator fled the scene, resulting in a wide-scale manhunt conducted by the Brandenburg West Police Department. The area surrounding the shelter was closed off, and police began to search through nearby Sanssouci Park. Again, sorry if I'm butchering these words. I don't know every word in languages, using sniffer dogs. But just 3 hours after the manhunt began, the perpetrator called the police on himself to report that he had been the victim of misgendering at an Edeka supermarket in nearby Schnockbud. Again, sorry if I'm butchering these words. Responding officers took his complaint without knowing he was connected to the manhunt in Potsdam because it's not standard practice to run the names of victims through police systems following a report. Had they done so, the officers would have likely seen he was wanted in Potsdam, but because they did not, the suspect was allowed to continue on his day after he lodged his complaint for the transphobic incident. Let's stop right there, because obviously, in a vacuum, you're not really going to know what's going on in all these different areas, and that's perfectly fine. But it's a little bit interesting when you run the plates or you run the names through things and you find different connections, and a motherfucker just came from stabbing somebody in one district or in one city or in one county and is now running around claiming, help, I have been misgendered. And even though I am a cold-blooded murderer, somehow, I don't know how, but somehow, still a victim. And I, even though I am a murderer, deserve to not be disrespected in any capacity. And you know my rule. When it comes to respect, it's only given to people who actually deserve it. And murderers, along with the pedophiles and the rapists and all these other criminalities, nah, them motherfuckers don't get my respect. So fuck you, random person crying about being misgendered. You lose the right to be respected once you've taken other people's lives. There's part of me that wants to understand the levels of narcissism. You are seeking asylum in a different country because maybe somewhere, wherever you came from, was not friendly towards you and your beliefs and your lifestyle. And you know what? Fine. If you want to go somewhere that is more favorable to you, go ahead. Can't stop you. Not gonna be mad at you. But now I'm wondering how you go from seeking asylum to just stabbing somebody and thinking, yeah, I could just go somewhere else and call the police and let them know that I've been misgendered. Because in this society where it's clear that there's more care towards the transgender individuals, I could just run around calling the police saying that I've been misgendered. And now not only have I sent somebody to heaven or hell, but I am also going to potentially get somebody locked up or have to deal with a fine because for some reason it's perfectly understandable terrible to just call a motherfucker and say, I've been misgendered. Let's work on this diligently. And I'm glad that somebody phoned it in that, this person matches the description of what we got going on here. And they've now decided to lock this motherfucker up. Keep them in jail. They don't deserve to be around normal people. They deserve to be locked up. Clear cut, simple. May this individual that they killed rest in peace, and may you, sick motherfucker, rest in piss, because that's what you deserve for taking somebody's life unjustly. And maybe, just maybe, it's just like these individuals who get misgendered and they talk about how they want to punch individuals in the face.
There's a genuine chance that the next person to misgender me might get a punch in the face, and I really don't know what to say because there's nothing I can do about it. Don't blame me. You're the one that misgendered me. My hands are just the ones that reacted.
And to those specific individuals, I know it is not all of my trans brothers and sisters, but to those specific individuals that want to make it everybody else's problem because they don't know you, I just want you to know that is fucking stupid. All these months later, I'll still say it's stupid. You cannot expect to cause harm to people because they don't know you and they're going based off of appearance. If you look like a man and they don't know you, they're going to assume you're a man. If you look like a woman, they're going to assume you're a woman. If you just ugly as fuck, they roll in the dice at that point, and there's nothing you can do about it besides saying, hey, I go by this, or you ignore them. Punching them, stabbing them, or any other reason or circumstance that requires you to be violent doesn't help you, nor does it help the reputation of your community. It already looks shitty as fuck, but I would want you to not do something even dumber to ruin the reputation even further. And whatever the reason under the sun that could lead you to think it's perfectly fine to stab somebody, then just walk somewhere else, doesn't really help your case in any capacity. But let me know, are you going to stab people that misgender you? Or are you going to just let it fly off the chin because you're not really invested in it that much? Or do you think motherfuckers deserve to be locked up in jail because they did something, and thinking that calling the police and talking about misgendering is also fucking stupid? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm Ruin Leon. Subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.